What's up everybody, this is Victory with another Princess Connect video. Today we are going to be going over some of the hidden or at least not obvious things in the Princess Connect game interface and the menus. This is definitely a game that has a lot of things going on, just like almost any gacha game released these days. And there's a lot of buttons that you may just have never known to click or never knew existed. Today we're going to go through some of those that I have personally found to be either useful or at least interesting. And hopefully some of this will help you out. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Starting here on the home screen, we're going to just move from one end of the interface to the other and get through all of this stuff. So first of all, in the characters screen, there's a few things that you may not have known about. One is in the Ascension tab, if you want to know how to get a character's shards, you can see that here in the How to Obtain. It'll show if there's a place you can farm them in hard, as well as the Divine Amulet shop, or maybe if they're in the dungeon shop, the arena shop, it'll tell you where those shards are so that you can get to them. This is a lot like where you can find how to obtain equipment and just go right to where you want to farm that equipment at, except for shards. And then also, if you click on the character's little portrait, you can see their stats, some information about them, their rank details, which will bring up a character that's not max rank to show you how that works. And then finally, you have the profile page over here, which maybe not be so useful, but it does have some interesting information if you like the character. You can see their bond memories, you can see stories that include them, their bond stories. And then if we go to look at a character who's not max ranked, you can see in here what items are needed to get them from where they're at to the maximum rank, which of course right now is rank 7. So that can be really handy when you're planning out where you want to farm. If you have a character that you know you want to max out, but they're not quite there yet, you can kind of get a glimpse into the future. Okay, other things in the characters page. Down at the bottom, you can see characters that you don't have and read what their skills do by clicking on the portraits, just like for a character you have. And then in the top right, there's this party list button, and this gives you a bunch of tabs where you can have 10 parties in each one of these tabs. You can name the tabs whatever you want. You can name the parties whatever you want. So if you wanted to, you could have 10 teams for farming in your first tab and 10 teams for PvP in your second tab. Or you could be lazy like me and just have 3 teams in your first tab. But you can see they give you a lot of space here. You can also, like I said, you can edit the names, but you can also copy a party down and then work on an edited version of it like this, taking party members in and out. You can just totally clear out a party slot like this. And so this is really good if maybe you have a lot of units and you want to keep track of, well, I use this to beat this, and I use this for my Princess Arena and this for the Battle Arena. Or maybe you have a list of units that you want to work on. That's a great place to save your lists of units in the Parties tab. Okay, so here in the Quests tab, if you click this button that says Map or Quests, this isn't really useful, but again, I just found this interesting. You can see this really cool 3D map of the entire game world. You got some desert, you got some ice up here in the north, of course, a big volcano, some little islands way up there. So just something that's kind of cool to look at if you don't really have anything else to do in the game or you're waiting for that last stamina to refill. Also in here, when you go to a specific quest, you can see not only what that quest is going to drop over here, that's pretty obvious, but then this past parties button up in the top right is maybe not so obvious. What this is other players have used these parties to beat this quest, and this is how many stars they got. Now, I would warn you, especially as you get into the later stages, you may see some parties that look a little too good to be true, and that is generally because somebody was hacking, which unfortunately is still a big issue in this game. There are hackers that are getting high up in the PvP arenas, and as well as hackers that are getting high up in PvE. So if a party looks too good to be true, just bear in mind it probably is. And then maybe you would design your party after one that's a little better for that quest. Okay, here in the Battle Arena stage, the main thing I wanted to notice here is on the refresh list button in the top right, this is actually kind of an unlimited refresh. You can press that as many times as you want, which I know in some games you have to pay to refresh. So this is something that people might just not do by reflex. But if you don't see any good matchups in the teams that you have to face, you can hit this refresh as many times as you want, looking for something that maybe is a better matchup for you, or maybe somebody who seems a little bit out of their element that you can challenge there. In the guild house, there's a whole lot of buttons. Most of them are just kind of so that you can have fun setting up your guild house and setting furniture up, but there are a few that can come in handy. One thing that is nice over here on the left side, you can visit your guild members' guild houses, and when you do that and like their guild house, it gives them a little present and you a little present as well. So we're just going to do that right now. You can see how that works. Then once you are visiting, you'll hit that like button. Just like hopefully you'll hit the like button on this video, and it gives your guild member and you some rupees. I believe both of you get rupees. You can visit anybody's guild house. You can do random outings, but that's how you would go and do that. Then in here you can see furniture effects, what furniture you have. Of course, to my knowledge, the only furniture that has any real effect is the starting furniture you get, and then the furniture that you get at the end of each dungeon. But that's where you can go to place it. You can also give your party units gifts here to increase their bond level, which of course gives you some nice little story segments, as well as increases their stats as you improve their bond level. Of course, the bond level will also go up as you use them in battle, but that's a way to do it really quickly. Okay, here in the gacha, not really much of anything, but then finally in this menu area here, there's a few useful things. You can see all of the items and equipment that you have and how many. You can also look at how many memory shards you have in the third tab there. Now, also in the settings tab, you can get a bunch of game settings here where, you know, maybe you don't want your characters to use their cut-in animation every time that they ult, so that you auto a little faster. You can set up things like that, your sound, all of that you would normally expect to see in a settings tab. The next place we're going to go here is to the clan page, and in the clan page you have several options that you can do. Some things that are good when you first join a clan would be, of course, to set up your supports. You can see that you get mana as your supports are used by people. You want to set them up for dungeon and clan battle, even though clan battles aren't really happening yet. You can also look at the other members in your clan, see who's logging in, who's not, what level everybody is. You can like them once a day. That's one of your daily missions, which gives, I think, them some mana and you some stamina. Then if you want to see the news and announcements, you know, maybe you accidentally clicked away from those when you started the game, the notices button in the bottom right is where you can see that. Okay, so that pretty much does it for this video. You know, this is kind of a different sort of video, but like I said, Princess Connect has a lot of places to go in its interface. There's a lot of nooks and crannies. There's even weird little things you can do with your home screen, as you can see that I'm playing around with in the background here. But hopefully you found at least one of these little things useful, maybe something you hadn't noticed before as you were playing the game. If you did, please let me know in the comments or give this video a like, or feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos about Princess Connect Redive. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.